I'm a rock star, I'm a raised like rail. I ain't taking L's in Madden all year.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Rage Rail. So in today's video, I want to show you guys the best coverage defense on current gen Madden 24. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn post notifications on. So I am in the Ravens defensive playbook. Again, I'm in the Ravens defensive playbook. Now, I got asked this question in my comment section about because I put out this same version of this defense just on next gen, but I would say same version but same coverage shell, but this is a completely different defense that I'm talking about in today's video. Now, I believe in current gen this is the most effective pass defense in the game, and what I'm talking about is going to be inside of the dime 146, all right, or dime 14 as it's known. So I think this defense I hope this defense makes a comeback in next gen as far as Madden 25 or maybe the new NCAA. But just to refresh you guys, I do offense and defensive schemes for both current gen and next gen, and I will be covering NCAA if there is a current gen NCAA. I plan on it, but I will be doing next gen of both Madden 25 and NCAA. Alright, so anyways, let's go on and dive into this video. So you want to make sure you play around with these packages. So you want to go, I personally just like to do cornerback 1 nickel, and we're going to get the adjustments that we want for this defensive shell to work. Alright, so you want to make sure when you do this though, you want to make sure that you go and adjust it, because we don't want our cornerback number 1 to be our nickel spot. It doesn't make any sense. So we want to go ahead and change that around. So you want to make sure you go in here and you want to click on whoever you want. So in this case, if I'm using the Saints, I actually want to have Alontae Taylor right here in this spot. I believe it works the best with him. Now right here is going to be where you want a pretty fast safety or a linebacker, but in this case I am going to leave Demario Davis right here, just because he helps out in the run, and you're going to need that a lot whenever you're using this defense. Now right here is going to be your user, so you want somebody fast, so I'll put Jonathan Abram right here if I'm using the Saints. He has like 92 speed. You also can flip-flop these two around if you like using Demario Davis and you just want to have a faster guy right here to play the zone that we're going to talk about. Then you can do that. Alright, now the other positions don't matter, but in this spot right here, I like to put my best pass rusher if you remember. So I'll actually flip-flop these two around. It just works a lot better if you have your best pass rusher in this spot right here. Okay, so last thing you want to do is you want to go to your coaching adjustments and you want to turn auto flip off. Okay, you need this to be off if you're on current gen. Excuse me, if you're on current gen. Now you can play around with the zone drops as you want. It's up to you completely. Preferably I like to leave these alone until my opponent shows me they want to, they can actually throw over my zones. Or if you want to be safe, then you can come out in 20 or 25. I like to keep it on 25 first. And then the same thing to the hooks. If you want them to be more aggressive on drag routes, and maybe, drag routes or quick little baby in routes, or maybe hitches or whatever. So I like to put it right here at 5. So now if you want them to be more, playing the deeper, like your intermediate routes, like your post, your deeper dig routes, getting in gaps of the corner routes, so then I would put it on 15. Okay, so I let y'all play around with that however you want to, but those are just my that's just how I like to do it personally. But anyways, so that's all with personnel. Now remember, this is going to be dime 14. Now once we break the huddle, I'm gonna tell you what else. So we're gonna come out and cover 2 sink. Okay, that is the play right there, cover 2 sink. Now, please don't run this defense versus any type of under center formation. All right. Now, I do have 2 gameplay clips for you guys. The first guy was trying to pass the ball. The second guy wanted to run the ball all day and night. And I decided to stay in dime 14, but we'll talk about that when we get there. That's why I'm not going to talk about the run as much, okay? Because you have no business trying to run this against somebody who likes to run the ball a lot, okay? Please don't use it that way. This is a great defense to mix in whenever your opponent is just trying to pass the ball on you. All right, so anyways, I'm gonna just put the ball right here just to back up, give it some room. Now for the setup, okay, you want to press. I like to press the left directional, pinch your defensive line, is going to widen them out, and then you want to quarterback contain. That is all that you need to do. Now sometimes when you break the huddle, some formations are going to have your guy maybe out here or something, or maybe a little bit more out here, it depends. You want to be able to grab him, push him first, and then click onto this guy. Okay, now once you get these 2 set up, this is top priority, getting these 2 set up. So when you press, pinch your defensive line, and quarterback contain, that's top priority. Do those first, and then you drag your guy in, right? So from here, you want to double tap triangle, you want to select triangle, put him in an outside third to the left, double tap triangle, select R1, put him in an outside third to the right, and then double tap the right directional button, select your linebacker for X, and put him in a middle third. And that is all that you need to do with this, okay? Now, a couple pointers I want to say, okay? When you run this defense, please do not call this same setup every single play, okay? Even though it's a great setup, a great coverage setup, don't call this same shell every single play. So I like to mix it up myself between this and between regular cover 2 sync, okay? So I'll literally run it, you know, like this, and then I'll actually take X, and I'll still put them in the middle third. So I'll switch up between having my deep halves versus the deep outside left. And sometimes I even like to get a little crazy, and I'll do it this way, where I'll leave my deep half on this side, and I'll put the third on the short side to where we have a solo receiver, or I'll flip-flop it if I wanted to, and I'll do it this way, where I'll take him and put him over here like this. So I like to mix it up because on current gen you can give up the 1-play touchdown, okay? Current gen, it's easier to bomb cover 3 than it is on next gen. That's why this shell is very effective on next gen. This shell is very effective on next gen, okay? So that's why you want to mix it up, all right? But this blitz itself, I've been sitting here for a little while, so I don't know if it's gonna scream how it normally does. Okay, it doesn't, but it's fine, because the good thing about this defense is that even if you don't scream off the edge, which most of the time you will with this defense, you're gonna have great coverage. So I'm just gonna kind of show you how good this defense can be. Of course, they aren't gonna give it to me, but you'll be able to see it in gameplay too, and you'll be able to see it yourself. And again, you just pinch, press, pinch, quarterback attain, double tap triangle, put him in the outside third, put R1 in the outside third, take X, put him in a middle third, and then you want to go ahead and pass commit. If you know they're going to pass the ball, pass commit. If not, don't worry about it, okay? Although where I'm getting the screens right here in practice mode, this is all Madden practice mode, but I do want to do one more thing for you guys. I want to take this to random gun play so you guys can see just how it reacts to random guns. And that way I can kind of tell you what to run this against, what not to run it against. Although it is a great 4-man blitz, even if it doesn't get home. And like I said, notice how when we press quarterback attain, that guy shifted out. So you want to grab him first and then click to your user and do everything from your user. And again, I'll just do the cover shell real quick. Alright, and like I said, this cover shell is great, but on current gen it can get bombed. It can, alright? And right there, as you can tell, there are some weaknesses to this defense, which I'm going to talk about, okay? This is a very good 3rd and long style defense, alright? So this is not a every single down and distance type of defense, but I put it on here for you guys because this blitz is still pretty good, honestly. I think they're probably going to run the ball here. And a lot of times you still can shoot the gap in here. That's why I like this, and you'll be able to see it in a second. I just was trying to get you guys to show you this blitz and how good this blitz can be, but let's see if we can. I want to at least show you one good example so you guys just know this blitz is good. For those of y'all that know 1-4, y'all know this is a good blitz, especially online. As that's what you're going to see right there. Almost, I want to say about 8 times out of 10, honestly. 8 times out of 10, this is literally how it's going to look, where we're going to get a what you're looking for is this little move right here by Cam Jordan right here. You're looking for any type of pass rush move, because normally if you put your best pass rusher here, they're going to get an animation like this on current gen a good amount of time. So the better the player is right here, the better he's going to do these style of animations, and that's what we're needing for this blitz to come straight free. And even so, a lot of times you'll get like a random disengage right here, and a lot of times you'll get like they'll see this guy coming through and they'll try to roll out this way, and since this is a quarterback contained, he's just going to automatically just basically disengage. So this is the effectiveness of this blitz in a sense. You're just not going to have them have time to even throw nothing. And also, this is a good job here showing why we actually put thirds. Notice how he's going to hug it a lot closer on current gen, just as they do on next gen, to where this streak is not open at all. And these are soft squats as well, so nothing threatened him in the flats right here. So they're taught when they see vertical, then they're going to actually match with the #1 receiver. So that's why he let him go in the first place. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to talk about on this. So you'll see literally everything else that I can possibly explain is going to be in this gameplay. So if y'all want to see more of this defense, sit tight. Alright, so right here, my opponent's coming out in gun spread, and this is the first game I did have the ball, and I actually threw a pick driving down the field. So this is my opponent's first play of the game. So that's why Marshawn Lattimore is still right there. I didn't have enough time to actually set my personnel like I wanted to, but it's a great example of showing you just how effective that coverage shell can be. As you can see, Jonathan Abram was able to make the play. So I did go down and score. So right here you can tell we're going to cornerback 1 for our nickel, and we're going to make sure that we actually substitute how we were supposed to. So notice that we're putting Alontae Taylor. I just believe he has 94 speed, so I believe it's just best to use him in that spot. And we put Marshawn Lattimore back on the outside. And again, we're going to be looking at cover 2 sync. So it's press, spread your defensive line, contain, and then that's the most important part. And then you want to worry about your cover shell later. And I'm showing y'all this here so y'all can see I have enough time. And also look who's in my middle third, and also look at just how he's actually able to get back there. So I know you guys were probably wondering, like, Rel, would you just get burnt? And that was Quez Watkins, if you guys couldn't tell. And he has 97 speed, I believe, something like that. And Demario Davis only has like 88, maybe 88, 89 at the most. So just goes to show you that for current gen, you can afford to put somebody slower right there. Basically, is what I'm getting at. So that's why it doesn't have to be somebody extremely fast. You just need them to be, you know, a good player. Is how current gen works. So right here, wing flex offset. I would never suggest you to run 1-4. All right. So like I said, I'm gonna kind of tell y'all. Now, you really only run 1-4 versus your true spread style formations where you have 3 receivers on the field. You don't want to run it when they have a 2 tight end. Any type of 2 tight end sets or any type of under center sets, please do not run it. You could probably get away with it with single back trips. That may be the only thing I'd recommend running it. But everything else, please don't. And the reason I am is so you guys can at least see what it looks like when you run, you know. Just look at this. Look at how open those lanes was. Now, thankfully, since they are in cover 3, those safeties, they are going to be able to play the run a little bit better than they would in deep halves. At least on current gen, that's how it works. So it's not that you just can't. It's just don't do it to yourself, basically. There's way better defense to run versus these 2 tight end spread sets or under center sets. But anyways, here you guys go. Y'all see the coverage right here. And again, just kind of look at how just much space he has when he's running the ball. You really never want to do this. Now, if he was a smart opponent, not saying he's not smart, but if he wanted to play that way, he could have just stayed in that set for, you know, the rest of the drive. But this is why you'll see me kind of hovering over the 3-4, because I was waiting on him to see if he was going to come out in it again, because I wanted to actually change the defense. But he did press start. Not sure what's going on. I guess he's lagging maybe, because we didn't have any issues lagging throughout the whole entire game, but as you could tell, the connection appears lost. So I don't know, I guess he lagged out. Don't know what happened. So we did load up into the next game. I actually did throw an interception again my first drive. It actually is an adjustment to me to get used to current gen again. As you can tell, I had a step on him. I know it's hard for y'all to see it, but I had a step on him. But his user got back in a good place. But I forgot on current gen they actually let you do a whole lot with your user, more than you can on next gen. So it is kind of the struggle going back between current and next gen, because they're 2 completely different style games. And right here you can tell I forgot to turn my auto flip off. And either way, like I said, there are some formations, even if you come on 1-4 and they're in under center, you still can shoot the gap on the runs. It's just you don't want to play that way because you can get weak boxed, basically. And all that means is if you're in a dime set and they're in under center and you don't stop them at the line of scrimmage, your players are going to run slow. It's programmed in the game that way. They just don't play right, basically. So that's why you never want to do this. So again, this whole game you're going to be able to see, I'm just going to kind of tell you a little bit that this guy is a runner. He's 110% a runner, and this defense is weak against the run. It is very, very weak. So that's why I'm actually glad in a way that he was a runner, so you can at least see, you know, how it fares versus these different runs and different formations, because he basically came out in like strong pro. This right here, he loved this formation. It's the I-form slot, I believe it is. And you can kind of tell that it's not. To me, it's terrible to give up that many yards, but it is what it is, basically. And you never really want to run this defense versus that. But right here, you can kind of tell why, too. I mean, just kind of look at how these players are running. Look at, you know, they just kind of get poor angles. They just aren't tackling good. And, yeah, it's chaos when you come out and dime. So, anyways, 1st and 10. So, we're kind of doing, I don't want to say we're doing a good job containing him, because he basically just gashed us for like 30 something. But this is the power of the defense, as you can tell right there, where If they do any type of play action, normally you're going to get home with a sack. Now, if they're under center, you accidentally come out in this, please never pass commit. Just literally just set it up the same exact way and just kind of cross your fingers on it. And you can tell we was able to get a nice little sack right there. Now, this defense is very dominant when you do get them in the 3rd and long. So any type of 2nd and long, 3rd and long, 4th and long style defenses, style plays, you want to run this defense. All right. Make sure for a fact, because if you believe they're going to pass the ball, this defense is very effective, as you can tell. So he tried to do a design rollout, and he just didn't have anything. He maybe had the tight end up top, but again, you guys can tell Demario Davis would be able to play that most of the time. So the good thing about this defense is that if you have a good user, I'm not saying my user's good or anything, but if you can kind of control where the flow of the ball goes, then it's pretty good right there. Like, I forced him to cut it back, and I had some help right there, although we just did not tackle. That's how you kind of want to play this if you accidentally came out of it. Now, I'm showing y'all this because never ever come out in 1-4 and goal line ever. Don't do it to yourself. So I personally like to just come out in 4-4 and just kind of use her on the cornerback. That's just how I like to do it on current gen, at least when I'm facing goal line. Outside of the red zone, when I'm facing goal line, I feel like it helps to contain the run a lot better. And right here, trips tight end can gas the run if you're not careful, but you just have to come out in base line, and it help it out a lot more to get your linebackers in the box. But if I decide to do another video on this, we'll talk about that then. But anyways, 1st and 10, I decided to use her to safety, and it's kind of hard to talk to you guys about. It's kind of hard to talk to you guys about this gameplay because it's literally just the same thing over and over again. He's just, the Cowboys special. I don't know. That's kind of what I like to call it. When somebody wants to pick the Cowboys and just go through every single run that they have in their playbook. I play these type of people every so often. But the good thing about this is that this defense is a little scary to a lot of people. And also, one thing I do want to say, if you ever face somebody who's running the ball like this a lot, you just have to take every point you can get. So even if it's a field goal, even if it's like 4th and 5, you want to take your field goals. You want to take your. Also, I was trying to put that guy in the quarterback spot. I was not trying to do that, but in 4-4, in this particular one, you actually cannot put your safety in the spy, which it kind of sucks. Or if there is a way, I don't know it just yet because I haven't played around with it that much. And right there, my user was in a bad spot, and we give up the touchdown. But again, please don't ever run this 1-4 versus under center. You're just gonna stress yourself out. Even if you're on next gen, don't run no dime sets versus under center. Madden nerfed it very, very bad. Some of you guys are some OGs, so y'all might know that on the old Madden, I want to say it was Madden. It might have been Madden 20. Maybe. I don't remember which one, but it was one of the Maddens where you could run 1-4 versus literally anything, and there was absolutely nothing. And also, that's what I wanted to talk about right there. I know you guys seen the slot player streaking wide open, and that's because it was a natural cover 3 beater because I have a 3rd right there. So that's one of the things I was mentioning when I said you want to flip-flop between cover 2 and cover 3 because there are some plays in current gen that will completely dumb out your 3rd player. No matter, even if it was the cornerback as a 3rd, like a normal cover 3, there's a lot of plays on current gen that will do that. So please don't just run this same coverage shell every single play because it's not just going to fare well for you. So and like I said, the reason I like this gameplay too is just because it's just literally showing you just what the worst case scenario when running this defense. So like literally the worst case scenario that you can have happen is that you play opponent who picks one of the best teams in the game and runs the ball every single play from under center and occasionally from shotgun. So that's why I really am kind of glad I got matched up against this guy because it's genuine gameplay. It's as good as it gets in my opinion because it's just, thankfully I have a pretty good defensive team. I mean, the Saints are, I'm a Saints fan. All right, I'm a Saints fan, so I gotta get, we got a good defense, man. Our offense, if anybody knows the Saints, it's me. Our offense has just been the problem forever. I'm glad we finally switched up our coordinator, so we might have a chance this year. But we got all the weapons there at this point, so defense hasn't been a problem in like the last 3 years basically, but there was a time where offense was all together in defense. But man, we trying, man. But anyways, this is the and and like I said, I wasn't able to get back to the cornerback, but it's one of my favorite things to do, at least. But let me know what you guys like doing versus goal line. That's one of the things that I found the most success in. And right there, he just ran simple verticals, but I really wasn't expecting him to pass the ball. So good little switch up by my opponent. So right here, trying to actually get it set up. And watch 50. No, that was actually Pete Warner. So every now and again, you'll get some crazy stuff like that. And he hasn't started it yet, but you guys are about to see here in a second after this play, I believe. So this is the full house one, and I wanted to use that guy, and I wanted to make sure that he didn't try to run outside. I figured I'd have help in there, but right here he did start chewing the clock, is what I was talking about. So I guess he's just ready to. I mean, you know, it's just how most people play when they run the playbook. They just want to run the ball all the way to victory. So if that's what he wants to do, that's fine with me. So anyways, it's basically just going to come down to, can I make a play? Because, stopping the Cowboys on the run is already hard enough. Now, right here, I believe this is wing slot. It might, no, this is I-form slot. So I was trying to play I was so used to the swing and then the slant, but great play by my opponent. So right here, this was a very simple setup, and I have to give credit where credit's due. Very, very good bait right there, and it did. It was a very good lurk, and that is going to be how the game ends, because I definitely did quit out after this. But anyways, I do appreciate you guys. I'm so thankful for y'all. I pray you have a blessed day. I'm Rage Real, and I'm out.